Welcome. Good evening. Good evening. Hope you had a good day. Hope you have a even better evening. You know how we do around this time. It's your boy. I think I'm sticking with DJ Dots for this channel. DJ Dots live. Every day changes the time, but I try to give you the daily news, daily breakdown, short condensed version. Don't be over here too long, and all of that good stuff. Let me do this real quick. Give me a second. Kind of multitasking those that know. Um, oh hell. Damn, Spot don't found me. What's going on, Spot? Hey man, I'm not gonna hold you. We're gonna kind of get into the breakdowns. NBA, man. Great opening weekend as far as the playoffs are concerned. We're gonna get into the playoffs, but I want to kind of start off with the big news of the day for me, in my opinion. If you missed it, hopefully you didn't, but you have Jalen Hurts has just signed the largest NFL contract in history. So congratulations to him on getting that done. We're reported for 5 years, 255 million with about 180 guaranteed. Now, as far as the guaranteed money, he still ranks behind Deshaun Watson's deal from the Cleveland Browns last year, who received a 230 pack from Cleveland. But congratulations to Jalen Hurts. It's also been reported in his contract he has a no trade clause, which is a rarity, especially in the NFL when we're talking about players' contracts. Having no trade clause, you don't see that much. It's been reported this is the first time in Philadelphia history that a player has received the no trade. So congratulations to him for getting that money, getting to the bag. He damn well earned it, and it was expected. It's been talked all season about getting this deal done because you didn't want him to possibly run into an opportunity to hit free agent market, even though I think Philly was never going to let him go. But congratulations to him on getting the money, getting to the bag. I ain't mad at the good brother. Now, I look at his contract being signed. Now, I think his contract resets the market as far as quarterbacks are concerned. I know the talk has been, guys trying to shoot for the Deshaun Watson type deal where all of their money is guaranteed. Teams are not going for that. And, and person getting caught in the crossfire in regards to that has been Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is still without a contract, still without an offer from another team. It's been talks of teams saying, he's a good player, but no one's come to the table with an actual contract or actual deal to pry him away from Baltimore. Now, I do like Baltimore going out and getting Odell Beckham. What Odell looks like when he gets on the field, I don't know. He hasn't played in the year. He's coming off another ACL injury. So kudos to him for getting paid, considering he didn't put any work in last year. But Lamar Jackson is kind of like in the catch-22 because now Jalen Hurts deal has kind of reset the market for what quarterbacks are potentially going to get with the upcoming deals. Jalen Hurts deal also affects the likes of the Joe Burrows, the Justin Herberts, another more prominent quarterbacks that be coming up on a contract extension, namely Trevor Lawrence after that. But congratulations to Jalen Hurts. Now, like I said, I'm worried because this, it kind of changes the narrative, kind of changes the argument in regards to Baltimore. Is Lamar willing to come back on a similar type deal that Jalen Hurts got from Philadelphia? Is he willing to take that amount of guaranteed money? And we know a lot of that money, other money is tied up into incentives, player performance, benchmarks, and that kind of stuff. But 180 million for 5 years guaranteed, can't beat it. He's scheduled to make, I want to say $6 million next year before the extension kicks in. And the last year of the deal, I want to say Jalen Hurts is scheduled to make about $32 million, which is not bad counting against the cap. Like I said, they put a lot of that money of that contract into the guaranteed. So congratulations to him for getting that deal done. Like I said, it resets the market. Can Lamar feasibly say I deserve more money than Jalen Hurts? Now, the argument can be made. Jalen Hurts had an MVP-ish type season. Even though he didn't win the MVP, shout out to Patrick Mahomes, who also had another fantastic year. But Jalen Hurts could have got the MVP, and people wouldn't have been mad. People would have like, hey, you know what? He's earned a team, good record. Put up the numbers of an MVP player. Even though Lamar has won the award, do I think Lamar is a much better player than Jalen Hurts is at this time? I don't know. I don't think you can lose with both. I think they're both winning quarterbacks. I think you can win with both of them. But Jalen Hurts has a much stronger case because, you won the MVP, Lamar, but I took my team to a Super Bowl. And Lamar to this, is only 1-3 in the playoffs, so he can't say he has a lengthy track record of playoff success. So, like I said, this is not to take shots at Lamar, but it's like I said, Jalen Hurts' deal kind of resets the market of what guys can be looking for when they're contract. I don't think anybody's getting Deshaun Watson type deals. The NFL, whether they want to admit it or not, have colluded, congregated, got together and said, nah, nobody's getting that kind of a deal anymore. But hey, like you see on the screen, Sam the Sun, Jalen Hurts is all going all the way to the bank. And here's another interesting fact I did not know. He has a black female agent, so congratulations to her because she he gets to the bag, she gets to the bag. So congratulations to her. Spot says Jalen has produced in a shorter time frame. Yes, he has. As far as like team success, considering regular season, I think Lamar has been better. But this past season kind of proved the worth of Jalen Hurts. He's improved each season, and he, like I said, he could have won MVP last year. Peter got MVP. I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't complain about it because the team had success. He put up great numbers. Had a great Super Bowl. Had that one mistake, but overall had a great Super Bowl. Like I said, this deal resets the market. It resets the market of what teams are going to be willing to pay quarterbacks going forward. Now, do I think Joe Burrow and Herbert can get a little bit more guaranteed? I think they can. I think their ceiling is a lot higher than Jalen. Not to say that Jalen is not a great quarterback right now, but I would take Burrow over Jalen right now. I mean, just keeping it a buck. Both have gotten their teams to Super Bowl. Burrow did it in a little bit shorter time. I think the window is a lot more open with Cincinnati, considering that they still had those young receivers to pair along with Joe Burrow. But I don't want to make this all about the NFL because, like I said, it was just the big news of the day. I want to kind of get that out there. Now I want to kind of move on with the rest of the show. Like I said, NBA playoffs has kind of kicked off. Great opening weekend. Yeah, the man seeing on screen, Austin Reeves came up big, came up clutch. I'm gonna do kind of like a game by game breakdown. Nothing too long, but kind of keep it short, keep it moving. We're gonna get up on out of here, and we'll be back tomorrow because it is some games going on right now. Matter of fact, I know Philadelphia is playing Brooklyn right now, and probably the game of the night, Kings and Warriors. Tips off at 10 o'clock. Let's kind of do a breakdown. I don't think 76ers Nets kind of got what I expected. Game one, 76ers came out, handled their business. Embiid kind of let the game come to him. James Harden had a real good game. I think it's just a talent difference. And it's I could say talent difference for a lot of other series that'll be going on, namely Hawks and Celtics. If he goes to 5, Atlanta has accomplished. They can look, go back with their head held high and say we accomplished something. We took a game off Boston. If you watch the Celtics Hawks game, like Hawks had no business being on the floor with them. Boston looked like they was in early season form with their performance over the weekend. Locked up game one. Decidedly wasn't even close. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to that series. I see that series possibly being a sweep, more than likely being a sweep. I also see the 76ers Nets probably being a sweep. I'd be surprised if we go to 6. I think it's the talent difference with some of these especially in the East, is kind of too great to overcome. Not to say that Brooklyn has a bad team. Brooklyn has a good team. I like the pieces they got. I'm curious to see what kind of pieces they add in the future. But this is just a bad matchup. It's just a bad matchup. I think if the Nets were possibly playing the Cavaliers, I would give them more of a chance coming out of the first round. But it's neither here nor there. You got to play who you play, who's on the schedule. Okay. Um, so like I said, Warriors Kings tip off tonight, game 2 in Sacramento. Boy, you know what? I have kind of been keeping up with Sacramento since some of my most ardent supporters, told me I was missing the boat on Sacramento early in the season. So I've been watching Sacramento, but I did not know that fan base was that loud. I haven't seen that fan base that loud since the days of Mike Bibby and Chris Webber. True, they haven't had much to cheer for. This is their first playoff series in the past 16 years, so you haven't had much to cheer for. But it was a great game, great game. Oh man, I see this series possibly going 6 or 7. Is both of these teams kind of evenly matched, especially when we're talking about the guard play. De'Aaron Fox went off, especially in the second half. Malik Monk came off the bench, gave you a 30-pack. Trey Lyles hit big shots. And I would say probably, even though Sacramento won the game, I think Sacramento has a little bit to be more hopeful for because Sabonis didn't have that great of a game. In game 1, he was, kind of rough shooting. He still gave you a double-double, but it wasn't like a double-double that he's been usually giving them all season. It wasn't all-star caliber performance that he's given them for the majority of the season. Like I said, De'Aaron Fox, fourth quarter clutch. He gets it done. I don't know what Golden State can do to defend De'Aaron Fox. I think De'Aaron Fox's game has evolved so much where you have to respect him at the 3. So that means you got to get up on him. But they have no one. And I mean no one. And I like Andrew Wiggins as a defender. I think he's one of the best wing defenders when healthy in the league. But I don't see I don't see anybody being able to stand in front of De'Aaron Fox and keep him from getting to where he wants to go. Great game 1. Great game 1 out of them. Very good. I mean, this is a very good game. And general came down to a last-second shot. Curry missed. They could have tied him, sent into overtime. So I'm looking forward to tonight's game. Once again, tip-offs at 10 o'clock. Celtics, Hawks tomorrow. Knicks, Cavs tomorrow. Clippers, Suns tomorrow. I've already kind of talked about the Celtics. I think that's going to be a sweep. I'm not even too much interested in that. Like I said, if Atlanta gets a game, I'd be surprised. Knicks, Cavs is probably the most competitive potential competitive series you'll see first round out of the East. Came down, fourth quarter play. Jalen Brunson made plays. Randall made plays when he had to. Donovan Mitchell had a good game, but Garland was for me, Garland wasn't, as impactful as he could have been. But it was still a close game, a good game. I think the series goes 6, possibly goes 7. New York is a tough team to play against because they do enough on offense. They got enough guys that can go get their shots. And I think Cleveland's problem, you need somebody else to go along with the ride with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell had a great first game. It just wasn't enough. So they do play tomorrow night. Cleveland still, they'll be playing in Cleveland, 7:30 tip-off tomorrow. I don't know. If I'm leaning, I think Cavs take game 2, 1-1 going up to New York if I had to put money on it. But like I said, it was a great game 1, great game 1. Another great game 1, Clippers Suns. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi's been I think Kawhi's been pacing himself and preparing for the playoffs. Kawhi looked like Raptors Kawhi. The year they went to the championship, that's what Kawhi looks like to me. Look like he's in that kind of a form. And I say the problem with Phoenix is this. Durant had a good game. I want to say triple-double. Booker had a good game. Ayton, okay. I think the problem with Phoenix is when you traded for Kevin Durant, you got rid of a lot of that versatility and firepower you had off the bench. Pretty much no bench production at all from them. And then the Clippers got, I want to say 34, let me look box score, 34 points as far as bench production in game 1. You're going to need a bench the deeper you go into the playoffs. Yeah, I know most coaches shorten their rotation, the deeper they get into the playoffs, but you need guys that can come off the bench and produce. Durant is not going to be able to score 35 a game with Booker on the floor. Ayton kind of comes and goes. Like, yeah, he had a nice game, but I mean, did you really notice him out there? For you to be a number one overall pick, you should be dominating your matchup against Zubac. But hey, who am I? I'm just, your neighborhood DJ calling the game like I see it. I think you can't bank on Westbrook having that bad of a shooting game, but he made some defensive plays at the end of the game, and I think it was a well played game by both teams. I think that Kawhi just had it going. Eric Gordon with timely shots, and I think the Clippers bench played. They played better than Phoenix's bench. But I think this is going to be a good series. I think this is going to be a lot more competitive than a lot of people may have thought going into the playoffs, especially with no Paul George, who has been ruled out as of right now, has been ruled out of round one completely. But I think this, if Kawhi, he's got that Toronto Raptors championship look. Like, I'm finna carry this team as far as I can. Like, is no one else I can depend on, no one else to shift the blame to. Even though Russ had a horrible shooting game, made a defensive play at the end of the game to kind of seal the victory. So, congrats to them. They're kicking off game 2 tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Make sure you tune in for that one. I can see that series going 6. I can see it going 6. I think eventually Phoenix kind of gets it together as far as like how they want to play come this playoff time. Like I said, I wouldn't lean too much on Aiden. That's just me. But hey, I don't pay the man. I just watch the man. Let's see what other series. Lakers. Lakers and Grizz. Great performance, second half performance for my team. Clamp down on defense. Now it's been reported that Ja Morant is possibly out. I know right now he's kind of listed at doubtful, but no Ja. Do you give Memphis a chance? And LeBron had a pedestrian game. Made great defensive plays, but for the most part had a pedestrian game. Rui Hachimura came off the bench, gave you buckets. Austin Reeves. I've learned to appreciate Austin Reeves since he's kind of gotten to the starting lineup, and especially when he got more burn with the ball when LeBron was out. I think it instilled confidence in the game. He's a much more mature young player than we're used to seeing, because this guy, he didn't come out as a one and done. He stayed all 4 years of college at Oklahoma. I like the attitude. I like the moxie, and something about Austin Reeves just kind of gives me Caruso type vibes. Maybe not as athletic as Caruso, but Austin Reeves, they have enough confidence in him. Hey, he needs the ball in his hand. That allows LeBron to kind of play off ball more, save his strength for possibly later in the game. You saw a way better defensive effort from LeBron than you normally see. AD, I don't think he had a great game offensively, but a real monster game defensively. And if you have no Morant, can you really depend on Jackson Jr. leading your team out of the first round? If Morant has to possibly miss extended amount of time, I don't know. And congratulations to Jaren Jackson, who's been named Defensive Player of the Year. Congratulations to him on getting that award. Very well deserved with the year that he had, especially considering that he didn't start the season healthy. Came back early part of the season, but still missed some time, but was able to put up the kind of numbers, had a kind of effective play to get Defensive Player of the Year. But I don't think you had a chance to really put the Lakers in a bind, taking game 1, defending home court. Can I bank on Hachimura kind of giving me that performance every night? I don't think so. But if you don't have Ja, where are your buckets? Where's your go-to buckets coming from? But that's going to be an interesting series to watch. That is going to be a very interesting series to watch. Nuggets Wolves. Nuggets with the beat down in game 1. I I hope Minnesota makes it a fight, but if I had to put money on it, nah. I think Jamal Murray is getting confidence. Michael Porter Jr. is doing his thing. Jokic's going to be yoked. And Minnesota, for the life of me, if you watch them all season, probably one of the most inconsistent teams as far as putting it together for extended stretches of time. Anthony Edwards, great player. Cat still, I don't think Cat's in 100% game shape, even though he's been back for a while. Gobert gives you nothing on the offensive end. I just, I think it goes 5. I think it goes 5. I think Minnesota's good for 1 at home, but I don't see them beating the Nuggets. Nuggets caught a break with this team. I think Pelicans would have probably given them a much tougher challenge, a much tougher fight, due to the players that they have and the system that they play in. But hey, you got to play who's in front of you. Timberwolves, I don't give them much of a chance. Like I said, I possibly get a game first round. Nuggets are going to go ahead and wrap that up. Did I miss a series? Did I miss a series? Bucks Heat. Oh man, big news. This Giannis has been ruled as doubtful. To the last report that I saw, his ruled as doubtful when it comes to game 2, and he went out with a back injury. Miami took advantage of that. Now Tyler Hero is out with a broken hand, diving on the floor for a loose ball. What impact is that going to have on the Heat? Jimmy Butler was playoff Butler in game 1. Chris Middleton put up a pretty good game. Just when you don't have that 7-foot monster, Giannis on the court, it changes the dynamic of the team. When you really look at you take Giannis off of that team, it looked like it looked like a marginal playoff team when you take Giannis off the team, even though they have all-star player Drew Holiday, former all-star player Chris Middleton. You got Brook Lopez, man in the paint. They have pieces, but they don't, when you have that 7-foot monster, it just enhances everything that you do as a team. But hey, I'm still picking Bucks in this series. I think Giannis will be back. I think he'll come back with a vengeance. I think they take game 2. I don't think Miami can sustain it for an entire series, but that's just me. That's just me. And I think I got all the series out. Did I get them? Did I get them? Yeah, I got them. I got them. All right. But yeah, y'all stay tuned. It's going to be a busy week. Like, share, subscribe. I've been trying to put up the shorts for those who don't have time to actually watch the game. I can kind of just give you the breakdown of the game in those shorts. Thank you for support. Thank you for views. Thank you for subbing and all that good stuff. I'm going to kind of get up out of here. Like I said, it's not going to be a long show. I'm just going to kind of give you the news of the day. We'll be back tomorrow with the breakdown from tonight's game 2s. I'll be tuned in for that and all that other good stuff. Y'all know the phrase that pays with me. Truth sounds like hate to people that hate the truth. And I'm out.